There he is.
Hey, G219 here to help it back and better. Here with my buddy Corey. Corey, introduce yourself.
I'm Corey. I'm the one he's been telling y'all about. We're going to make this a brief one so you guys can get into it later. I did do 20 years in prison, 12 years in solitary supermax straight. I got out, got my record expunged, changed my life around, went to college. Long story, a lot to get into. I am now a police officer, you'll see in this video. And Nate will bring you the rest of the story. He's got some things to add on here, some of the prisons I was in. And you guys keep in touch and keep watching Nate, and he'll bring you the whole story.
Thank you very much. Again, this is Nate G219 signing out. Hit that like and subscribe. Hit that channel if you want to donate. Definitely help us. We're trying to change the youth, at least one person. If we change one person from going down the road we went down, we've done our job. That being said,
get out of gangs, get out of racism, change your whole life around.
It can be done. It's all taught. You guys weren't born racist. If they put you in another race in a sandbox together as children, you ought to played. Definitely been playing. So the shit's learned. It's not absorbed into your skin. You weren't born to be racist. You weren't born to hate. You weren't born to do any of that. You were born to be a human. Let's be human, guys.
And there's no place for gangs, period.
At all. And both of us know this firsthand. So, anyways, if they ain't hating it, you ain't making it. Nate G219 here to help it back and better. Y'all know what it is. Another one coming at you. First, hit that like, hit that subscribe. Hit 500 this morning. Trying to get that higher. Hit that channel if you want to help donate, help the cause, help maybe fund the studio, and also fund some people in prison, maybe helping them come home, only those that are worthy of it. Things like that. But yeah, hit that like, hit that subscribe, and donate to that channel if you'd like. But today's story, first of all, happy Christmas Eve. It's December 24th. It's like 7:30 in the morning. Happy Christmas Eve. Hope everybody's doing great and feeling great. And to all my boys locked down, locked away, man, I hope your heads are held high. These times of year are very, very, very stressful. Very empty, alone, and it's just indescribable. Unless you've been there, you can't describe it. Especially if you've got family, you've got loved ones, you've lost loved ones, you're there alone. Like my boy Paul. I just got approved for visits, so I'm going to be visiting him soon. It'll be his first visit since 2008. He's been in since 2001. His first visit since 2008. He's lost his mother since he's been inside. I mean, he's had a lot of things to set him back. But as a man, he's one of the best I know. But today, I'm going to talk a little more about the rehabilitation and things you can do after life or after prison, and nothing's impossible. As you see in the clip I'm going to be showing you guys, it's not impossible. You can change your life. I'm not saying go become a cop, but don't continue the path that led you to the prison you were in, or get off that path that's leading to prison. Like, I've shared stories, and I know anybody that watches me probably watches other prison YouTube channels. There's quite a few of them. I'm one of the only Indiana creators there is. I know of one other, but he's only got a few videos. He had a very rough time. I wish I could reach out to him. I don't know how to get a hold of him, but he had lost the worst possible love his child while incarcerated. And just the thought of that it hurts my heart deeply. And my heart goes out to him and his family and his son, who's an angel now. So, but as you see, I was riding around with the police yesterday. But never once have I been a cop or anything like that. But a friend of mine did 20 years in prison. 12 of those 20 were in segregation units, such as the SHU, a little bit in IDU, which is in Michigan City, but mostly the SHU and in Pendleton's lockup, and also MCC, which we were going to try to get good pictures of MCC. If I've found one, you'll see it pop up. If not, you know why it didn't. MCC is Maximum Control Complex. It's a level 5 unit. It's the worst of the worst of the worst go there. The worst possible inmates. The things that, and I'm not saying worst crime, because when you get convicted of something very heinous, you get sentenced to prison. And you don't get sentenced to maximum control complex. That's punishment for inside the prison. So anybody that's spent any significant time, and studies show any longer than 90 days in isolation permanently messes you up, let alone years, let alone 12 years at that. So if a man that has done something like that and turned his life completely around, complete 360 or 180, he did a 360 and a 180. He kept going. Like, he spun out. And he is now an officer of the law, and one I respect very highly. You know, he knows the dirt I've done. We talk on a regular basis. Actually, just got done text messaging him. I mean, I hit 500 subscribers, and it's just a little bit of an excitement there. Now I need to get another 500, and then another 100,000 plus. Let's just keep going, keep building. But yes, Corey became a cop. He became a police officer after all of that 20 years. He's now a police officer. And that being said, those who say, I can't change, I can't do this, you don't want to do it. Now, I'm not going to say that there are some that want to but can't. Very few. If you want something and you need something bad enough, you're gonna get that. And if it's got to be the legal way, then do it the legal way, because obviously he didn't lie about it. He couldn't. I mean, he became a cop. They do the most extensive and thorough background you could ever get. And a lot of people think, oh, you can't have a ex-con being a cop. First of all, his record has been expunged as if he's never committed a crime whatsoever. And he didn't go to prison for killing anybody. His initial run-in, if I remember correctly, had something to do with driving while suspended, something very minor. And he ended up having to defend himself while he was in county. I mean, he's not a very big guy now. I mean, about 160, 170 pounds now. He always had an issue breaking 180 or 160. I don't remember exactly what he said, but he couldn't do it. I always had trouble getting past 170. I mean, now when I went to prison, I came home at 220. I looked like I had swallowed myself, but all that crap you eat. Anyways, Corey came home and hit the ground running. Like you heard him say, he came home and he went to college. And that happened all right then and there, same day. He went from lockdown in the shoe to college. And that's a life that's gonna, if somebody has been released from any significant prison time, naturally they're going to feel some sort of weight on their chest. They're not going to know exactly what they're doing. Even after 3 years, I didn't know what to do. I was a bumbling mess. Anxiety attacks, and still to this day, I suffer from nightmares and PTSD. I can only imagine his PTSD levels. He's also served our country, which I don't know if I ever have. Corey, thank you for your service. But he was a great man prior to prison, ended up messing up. It never changed who he was. People taught him the hate, the racism. It was taught to him. He's home. He doesn't even believe any of that anymore. The only thing he believes in is loyalty and family and love and respect. That's what he believes in. That's what he goes and does his job every day for, is for himself, his family. Could he be out there committing crimes, making bigger bucks? Good chance of it, absolutely. He doesn't want to, because if prison doesn't break you, that means you want to go back to prison. And I know people, they don't like the free world, so they go back to prison. And that's just that. That's the way it is. So, guys, if you ever find yourself in those cycles of repeatedly going in and out of jail, I found myself doing that, 2-3 times in a year. It got old. And the last time I went, I said, I'm not coming back to prison. Oh, yeah, we've heard that before. My family, my dad, nobody believed in me. Well, I was released January 18th of 2018. And never been back. Never going back. It's just, I'm not that guy anymore. I can no longer go through that rotating door. I can no longer sit there in a dorm with 100 and some odd dudes. I can't go sit in a cell alone for the rest of my life. I can. I don't want to. I don't want to. I'll never leave my family again. I got my beautiful 4-year-old up there, upstairs, and my beautiful 12-year-old coming the end of the week. I can't mess that up. And then my 20-year-old, who's going to be 21 in April, might whoop me if he can get his hands on me. Love you, kid. Anyways, guys, never forget life's choices, because they can lead you to those roads of hell, to the pits of death. And basically, you're extinct when you're in prison. You're out of sight, out of mind, and sometimes people want you there. Out of sight, out of mind. Whatever you may have done, maybe you need to start thinking about changing your ways, changing your attitude. And just because you're in prison doesn't mean you can't do that. It does not. You can absolutely change in prison. Just because it's not the environment that helps you doesn't mean you can't do it, because rehabilitation is within. It's not something handed to you. It's not a gift. It's something you have to do. And you can rehabilitate yourself in prison. You can rehabilitate yourself on an island alone. Rehabilitation is rehabilitation. But hey, hit that like, hit that subscribe, hit that channel if you want to help out. Hope you like today's story. That's another one out. And if they ain't hating it, you ain't making it.